So graphics, right? The 90s sure did love graphics, but they're also terrible. And if you want a scientific term, really poopy. But back then 3D didn't even exist, so the introduction of the Nintendo 64 was an incredible landslide in the gaming industry, and is one of the— it sold horribly for that generation of consoles. Yeah, so no one really seemed to care about the Nintendo 64 except for the people that owned an N64. Even besides the incredible hardware for the time, it also had amazing games that today are considered landmark classics, like Super Mario 64, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium, Super Smash Bros., Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Donkey Kong 64, and GoldenEye 007. Nintendo 64 also had a really sleek design on literally everything except the controller, which had a joystick that I can definitely see breaking. But to be fair, it was the first stick of its kind, and each game only really used 2 prongs, so you got rid of the middle bit, there would be no real way to comfortably hold it. So I think it's alright. But there is this really good third-party controller that I have, and it gives it a more Wii classic controller layout. I also have a Nintendo 64 with a copy of Super Mario 64, but something you don't really see in videos is that the Nintendo 64 is covered in vents. I mean, it doesn't really affect the gameplay, I just kind of feel like mentioning it. Oh, and yeah, you remember Joel, the kid I absolutely destroy in Smash Brothers from the Dreams video? Well, his little brother buys old game consoles and fixes them, so shout out to Ethan for his amazing work on the Nintendo 64. Alright, now that's about all the time I've got. I need to get back to playing Super Mario on my Nintendo 64. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in about a month or so.